Welcome to the day in the life of a bell foundry.
This is the John Taylor Bell Foundry, where the echoes of history blend seamlessly with the rhythm of the modern day. As the UK's last major bell foundry, our techniques have stood the test of time, much like the artisans who wield them. Curious about the daily grind in a bell foundry? Well, you're in the right place. Join us as we peel back the curtain on this timeless craft, starting with Bill. With nearly 4 decades under his belt, his hands are as tough as leather and his mind a treasure trove of historical facts. I'm going to follow him around like an annoying apprentice.
Give me a tool then. Show me what to do.
Come round here. Right, put that spanner on that bolt head.
Yeah.
And that ratchet on there.
Yeah.
And tighten it up.
Alright. So which way am I turning
Well,
it?
it'll only tighten one way because then it ratchets back. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. So it's just something we don't talk about. But...
What is it that we don't talk about? I don't think I captured that bit.
I'm not in MI5, I cannot be divulged secrets.
That is one hell of a spanner. Holy moly. Get that out again. Get that out again. That is so big. What the hell? Is it like, it must have been like forged?
It was, well, it's 2 spanners, look, or a spanner and a bar. And I can tell you, it's more than 40 years old because it's been here all the time I've been here. And it wasn't new then.
Bill is just snipping to get a handful of bolts. I hope you can hear me in this noisy workshop. What is all this noise?
Ow, 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 ow. You're making the place untidy. 4, 2. It's a big one, Paulie.
Can I turn the radio down, Bill?
Yeah.
To get your heart racing.
That's a bit better.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
Leave it with me, Paul.
What's he doing now? What have you got?
Wheel irons. You what?
You move around a lot.
I do. I get my steps in.
You do get your steps in.
That's an outie.
What are you doing now?
Putting the wheel on.
Yes.
One of the most overlooked features of the bell-making craft, the bell wheel is designed to split in half to make it easier to install up in the bell towers. Genius.
Like, what is sort of a typical day for you? What are your tasks? What do you do?
I machine headstocks or bearing housings or anything that needs machining.
Okay.
I fabricate wheel irons and whatever else. I do everything.
Everything. Do you...
Pretty much bar clappers, because we've got a really good lad who does the clappers, and the big boy fabricating, because Josh is a properly coded fabricator and I'm not. At some point in my career I have cast, machined or installed on site every single product tailors make.
Wow. That's quite a statement, isn't it? So would you classify yourself as a legend?
Oh, no.
I mean...
You're not a legend until you die.
Okay, all right, well...
No, Mick's a legend. Smithy.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to give you a hand?
Yes, your hands will stink because it's
That's
covered
fine.
in horribleness. So if you just bear the weight while I
Yeah.
shove it up, as soon as I can get a bolt in.
It's quite amazing, isn't it, how these are made? Split in half. It makes so much sense. It's a great idea.
You could not put them on otherwise.
No.
You could also lose the nut, but there you go.
So what are you exactly up to today? What's on the job
I'm
list?
ringing up all of Wembury.
Right. So a whole day of this?
Yeah, there's 6 to ring up. It takes about an hour a job, so 6 hours, and then there may be a few little alterations to make them perfect. You have to alter the clappers a little bit or slow the bells down a little bit. These are existing wheels that have been adapted by Mick, so they've been resized, resoled and shrouded and made to fit new headstocks, you can see. But the wheel centres, these aren't anything like ours. These are existing oak ones.
Right.
And it just makes it a little, there's a ratchet behind you on the floor. It just makes it cheaper for the customer if we can reuse it.
Yeah, and it's better for the environment
Well,
using
yes,
things, isn't it? Upcycling.
It's time to put the wheel irons onto the wheel to keep the spokes straight, to avoid any rope pulling mishaps.
Looking forward to seeing it being run.
The clapper is put into place and the bell is ready for some tests.
Okay, cheers Billy. Dave's got to do some more timings. Then we have to pull it up on the crane and weigh the dynamic loading so that they can work out what stress is going to be on the side of, because obviously it moves like that. They need to make sure that everything's taken into account. You're going to do the clapper, mate? Okay. Okay, fingers out, whole self out.
Next up, Bill breaks the wheel back down and starts on the next one. So let's go meet Will, who builds the clappers.
A giant pin goes through it. Okay.
So literally you'll have the rubber already inside,
Yeah.
then you'll push the brass inside the hole, and then you'll end up putting the pin through the brass, and then you'll either pin it or you have a nut and pin it. These are already pushed.
Will is going to set up a clapper for me to have a go at bushing. Yeah?
Just measuring what size thickness rubber I need.
Okay. What is that sticky stuff you've got in your hand?
That is pretty much lube,
Okay.
Metal.
All right. Yeah.
metal lube. So hopefully it doesn't rip, as shouldn't be able to rip. Always got to watch our heads on this.
Yeah, it's like some kind of weird space thing.
There
So,
you go.
what am I doing? Why am I doing it?
So
Oh.
if I put that on, just slowly rotate it round. That's it. I think that's in.
Really? Okay.
When you hear the drop,
Yeah.
most of the time. And then we'll just lift that back up. Oh, about that.
Will just showed me how to bush.
Wait. It's going alright. So many potential
I know, right?
If we have like break times in here, when there's all of us, and you get like a little side conversation, and then the conversation at the table gets louder, and I've said like 3 times this week, like, shut up! Why are you all shouting?
By adding to the chaos.
And the incompetence.
It's just because we're idiots. So I mean, I'm speaking for all of us, Ken, don't look at me like that.
Didn't hear that last bit.
You know incompetence, and I just said, yeah, we're all idiots.
It's mutual, at least.
You're always eating like wagon
In
wheels.
general. It's so zoomed in, but real.
It's not.
The sea is sold.
Shut up.
Aldi's finest. I mean, they say wagon wheel on them.
I was
Like,
going to say, have you got to change the name to like Hammond Heel?
something like that. Yeah.
Right, so that's the clappers. Let's find Josh. What's he up to today? Is Josh in here? Yes, there he is. Is there a mother's meeting going on? Is there a mother's meeting going on?
Over the past year, several sections of the historic listed building have undergone renovations, and the finishing touches are now being applied to the new museum. Chrissy, the museum director, is sharing with me their plans to display early 17th century lettering that was rescued from being melted down for new bells, all in an effort to preserve this piece of history.
So that's the mark of Henry Oldfield. He was a really important Nottinghamshire founder. So you can see the HA there. But what I love about this is that this was done so many hundreds of years ago, and yet that process, you could just go and see Anthony doing that now.
So, Josh, what do you normally do?
Not a lot.
No, like normally in your day-to-day, day in the life of Josh, is not really doing museum stuff, is it?
No, usually I'm building loads and loads and loads of frames around here, which house all the bells in, towers.
Okay.
They vary in shape, size, all the rest of it, because every tower is different.
Yeah.
So some, like, will have these on, big cast iron boys, which I'm not usually a big fan of doing. They're a little more difficult in the shop, but easier in the tower, which is nice. Some have fabricated frame sites, which I don't actually think I have any in here at the moment, which would have been handy. Other than that, I do a lot of the chaotic projects and stuff like this, which is the final leg for the home project.
And that's kind of a pun, isn't it? Final leg.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah.
Just to explain, this is an actual leg where this massive installation of bells are going to be hanging from. It's going to be going up soon. It's called the Hope Bell Project.
There had been some misdimensioning because that prior to being flattened was not the size that we thought it was.
Josh's job today, in his words, are mostly attacking lathe bits. So what does that mean? Let's find out.
Yeah, so today I'm mostly playing with this guy, recreating one of these. It's slightly bigger. The thing it's fitting to just is not the size we were anticipating it being. So yeah, mostly remachining this.
Can you demonstrate that now?
No, because I've got to do about 20 minutes to set up.
All right, well, seeing as you're not really doing anything today, I will
That's per usual.
I will come back and find you doing something.
I don't know about that.
I will film you doing something.
This is becoming such a bad narrative.
Says you. This is a 700-year-old piece of kit.
Yes,
So,
it is also
For the
really thick.
museum. All right.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I got it. I got it. Let's go to see the people who work with the carpentry wood. I've asked you this before. Oh, carry on.
You what you say? Go on.
No, go.
Yeah, all right. I can do two things at once. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, can I have a go?
Oh, of course you can.
Happy?
Yeah.
I don't want to drill before you say happy. Okay.
Yeah. Come in this way. Just angle it. That's it. That's
That
it.
way?
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Backwards.
And just make it go, and then pull it out,
Make it go.
and pull it out. That's it. Yeah, takes a bit of getting used to, I suppose.
It smells. Smells like it's going to break.
Yeah, it's because it's burning a little bit.
Okay.
It's a little bit blunt.
Happy?
Yeah, is it angled with the spoke?
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. That's the one. And one about there. The oldie. Right, so then now what we do is just to pretty much preserve these spokes, give them preserve the screws. We put a little bit of grease in, just into the hole, just sort of helps them, you know. So we put a little bit of grease in there.
You'll like this next gizmo.
Yeah.
You'll not like this next gizmo.
What, a
That's
drill?
it. Yeah. Well, we've got it's an old brace, bib and brace they call this. Just wind those in.
Cool.
Let me show you. So that gets tucked into your body somewhere.
Yeah.
You're holding it there, and
Yeah.
you're going to be spinning it like that, and then
Yes.
that bit spins on you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Is it like magnetic, like a drill?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's it. Yo. We'll make a chippy out of you.
That's actually really something I'm super interested in.
That's right. And when you feel
Yeah.
it getting tighter, and give it a good nip, but don't over tighten it.
I bet you're so fast at this now. You're just like, you could probably do this in your sleep, couldn't you?
Probably.
Oh, it gives your belly a good massage as well. Oh, if you needed a wee, you'd be screwed. Ooh.
That's it. I don't know how old this thing is, but I bet you it's over 100 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, some of them come in really old.
It's doing pretty well for 100 years, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's oak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit rotten. But, you know, Mick don't really like doing them when they're in this state. Because, you know,
Oh, yeah,
you
'cause
as
look at
well
that.
to have a new one, really.
That's like.
But they just don't, you know, it's that provenance, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I'm just getting the saw marks out here.
Next time on the channel, we'll introduce you to Mick, the Foundry's most long-serving joiner. I'll be rolling up my sleeves in the Foundry.
Back, yeah. Oh, what a squat.
And we'll also sneak a peek into Taylor's working archive. Don't forget to subscribe and join the conversation in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Tune in next week for part 2 of A Day in the Life at the John Taylor Bell Foundry. See you then.